Good evening. My name is Heather Guzik, and tonight I'd like to speak to you about the American Marketing Association Code of Ethics. First of all, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity to research this group and this association and to give this report. I have compiled some information that I'd like to share with you about the American Marketing Association, or AMA, and its Code of Ethics. First of all, in this report, I will explain the six principal values of the code, as well as some of the more common ethical issues facing marketing professionals today. I will give recommendations on how the profession can resist efforts and that make it difficult to follow the code, as well as I will also detail how the AMA ensures that its members follow its code of ethics. First of all, a description of the AMA Code of Ethics. The American Marketing Association commits itself to promoting the highest standards of professional norms and values for its members. The association describes norms and values as as the standard of conduct that society finds desirable, important, and morally proper. They define values as criteria for evaluating our own professional actions and the actions of others. The association's expectation is that marketers will embrace the highest professional ethics and values implied by their responsibility toward multiple stakeholders. The ethical norms laid out by the AMA include three basic principles. The first is do not harm. This principle basically states that the members of the AMA won't do anything that is harmful, and that they will abide by all laws and regulations, as well as avoiding harmful actions to others, and as well as emissions. Simply put, that marketers won't intentionally do any harm or omit information, then that marketers will abide by all laws and regulations. The second, which is foster trust in the marketing system, that says that the marketers will strive for good faith and fair dealing and contribute towards the efficiency of the exchange process. And it also states that marketers will not participate in deception regarding product design, pricing, communication, and delivery of distribution. And the third and final principle is embracing ethical values. This principle basically says that the six ethical values that are laid out within the AMA's Code of Ethics will be followed, and the marketers should embrace that and try to build relationships and enhance customer confidence. The six values laid out in the AMA Code of Ethics are as follows. They're honesty, responsibility, fairness, respect, transparency, citizenship, and the first of which is honesty, and that is the expectation that marketers will be forthright in their dealing with customers, that they'll strive to be truthful, and that they will offer products of value and stand behind those products if they fail to deliver. Responsibility is the next value in the Code of Ethics, and that is the expectation that marketers will accept the consequences of their marketing decisions, that they'll strive to serve the needs of the commitments of the customer, and that they'll recognize special markets such as children and seniors and the economically impoverished. Fairness is the expectation that the marketer will balance the needs of the buyer with the seller, and that they will refuse to engage in price gouging and price fixing, and as well as bait and switch, and that they'll represent their products in a clear and a fair way and avoid false, misleading, or deceptive promotions. Respect is the expectation that all marketers will acknowledge the human dignity of the stakeholders, and that they'll make every effort to understand respectfully treating buyers as well as everyone, including the competition, as they would want to be treated. Basically, the golden rule. And transparency is the expectation that marketers will strive to create a spirit of openness in marketing operations, that they will accept constructive criticism and explain any and all risk about a product to the consumer. And finally, the last value is citizenship. This value expects marketers to fulfill economic responsibilities, and that includes giving back to the community through volunteerism and charitable donation. Following the Code of Ethics is the next topic I'd like to speak to you about. And some argue that promotional advertising, which is the main player in the marketing function, tends to manipulate the consumer. And as Saeed and Gasly pointed out, that is the tendency of advertising in and of itself. However, if an item is so cleverly marketed that it sparks an interest by the consumer to want that product, is that really considered manipulation, or is that just more of clever marketing and genius at work? There's a fine line between manipulating and luring a customer. If they don't have a need until they see that the product has to offer, and then they realize they really do need that product, then that shouldn't be considered manipulation. That is just marketing at work. However, you can easily see how it might be interpreted as manipulation. Competition can be one of the most difficult situations in which to adhere to an ethical code. However, it is possible to demonstrate how one company's product or service could be considered superior without unfairly attacking the competition. As long as comparisons remain fair and are not misleading and are accurately represent, then they are considered ethical. Enforcement is the last topic I'd like to speak to you about, and that says that any AMA member found in violation of the Code of Ethics could have his or her membership discontinued and revoked. But because of the importance of ethical decision making and marketing, it is becoming evident that organizational and strategic mechanisms be put in place for improving marketing ethics. Glenn Mick is the author of The End of Marketing and Neglect of Moral Responsibility by American Marketing Association. He suggests that education and wisdom and a stronger commitment to macro marketing orientation could begin to reverse the neglect of moral responsibility. Thank you very much.